Hey everyone, Morgan here. This is the darkness of my backyard. I have the RV light on and it's just like pitch black. Looks crazy in the video, but the stars, I wish I could show you guys. They are spectacular. Oh man, I could stay out here all night and look at them. They're beautiful. But today's video, I want to talk about the top 10 tips that I have for brand new preppers. All right, the first one is going to be make lists. Make lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of lists. Make lists of your favorite recipes. Make lists of all the gear that you want. Make lists of all the knowledge you want to learn. Make lists of all the skills you want to practice. Make lists of your food storage that you have in your home. You actually inventory it. Make all of these lists, and I guarantee that, make lists of observations. It all really, really helps, I promise. We can't keep everything in our brain, so write it all down, and then that'll give you a good starting place for like where you want to go. So like, okay, you want all this gear, well, how much money do you need for it, or whatever the case may be. Are you going to save up for it? When can you learn this particular skill, and so on and so forth. It's having that physical kind of roadmap-ish, with your lists of where you want to go with your preparedness. And of course, the list and where you want to go is always going to be changing, and that's okay too. All right, the next one is going to be prep a little at a time. I think that there's this huge misconception that you have to prep like all at once, and I talk about this all the time, but it's baby steps. It's a journey. It's not a race. You hear that a lot from preppers, and it's true. It is a journey. It's not a race, guys. Okay, so just take it one little step at a time, get that little bit of extra food, little bit of extra water, learn that skill, practice that skill, learn that knowledge, just do a little bit at a time, and it'll all add up at the end, or not at the end, but just over time, it's all going to add up. And one day you're going to look and be like, wow, I have a lot of food. And like, wow, like I've learned all this knowledge. You're seriously going to be amazed at yourself. It may feel like nothing while you're doing it, but over time it's going to be like, wow, I've done a lot. All right, but no matter what you're planning on doing, like what kind of gear you're wanting or what kind of skill you want to learn, or whatever the case may be, you want to do a lot of research, okay? Get a lot of different opinions, watch a lot of different videos, read a lot of different blogs, do a lot of research. Go to Amazon, go to every website ever and get read the reviews, and also go to your peers. This is one reason that I love the prepper community, because when I reach out to people and I say, hey, I really want to get this type of knife or something, what's your recommendation? I get a ton of recommendations, and it's not because, I'm a YouTuber or whatever. It's because I actually reach out to these people and I value, y'all's opinion. So, then I go and do my own research about all this stuff and figure out what's best for me. So that does bring me into the next point. Listen to others, really listen to different opinions and advice and tips and all this. But in the end, you need to do what's right for you, okay? And really try to listen to a variety of opinions, okay? And really, suck it all in, really absorb it all into your brain and be like, what's going to be right for me and my situation? Everybody's situation is different. Even if two people live in an apartment, this person's prepping journey is not going to be the same as this person's, okay? So really map out your own prepping journey. Again, listen to everybody, get all the opinions and advice and whatever, but in the end, it is up to you to decide what's going to be best for you and your preparedness journey. All right, the next tip is to get out of debt. I can't tell you how free we are because we're finally out of debt. We were in a lot of debt and it really dragged us down. We couldn't basically, we literally couldn't do anything. We just kept getting into more and more debt. Okay. And so let me tell you from experience that getting out of debt is one of those fantastical things that it's like, once you do it, you're like, how did I ever get into debt in the first place? I was paying like all this money towards debt when all that money could have gone towards preps or something else, right? A vacation or whatever, right? So do your very best to try to get out of debt, even if it's just paying a little bit extra on your credit cards every month or something. Really try to be as diligent as you possibly can to get out of debt. Once you're out of debt, you're free. You really are, All right, the next tip I want to offer is making all the plans. I think having a very detailed emergency disaster plan plus some, like having all the different types of plans to know how you're going to act and react in these situations is huge. It's going to be huge for dealing with whatever situation comes at hand. And also, as you all know, Murphy's Law is going to take effect. So by the sheer fact that you have already done the due diligence of making the plans, now, since, if all those plans, totally go out of whack, or, none of those plans are now existent, now you can readjust those plans because you've already gone through the process of making those plans. Now all you need to do is simply adjust. You're not creating plans from scratch. You're just adjusting and tweaking a little bit. All right, so the next thing I want to talk about is focusing on your health, your mental health, physical health, or just your overall health, making sure that, your teeth are healthy, your eyes are healthy. Our health is very important as preppers, as people in general, I don't know about you, but I want to live forever. Okay, but, a lot of people may say, well, that's very contradictive, considering what a lot of preppers prep, with their food storage and stuff. Well, I don't really see it that way. You can prep pretty healthy. There's actually a lot of ways that you can prep healthy and, get a lot of nutrients, vitamins and things. And there's always companies coming out that offer, the type of food that you're looking for, whether you're vegan or vegetarian, on keto, whatever, you can do it. You can prep whatever diet. It is possible. So we just have to plan ahead. But, in the meantime, try to get out for a walk, stay positive, try meditation. Our mental health is seriously very important. I talk about it all the time. Our mental, physical, our health in general. Get plenty of sleep. It's all very, very important to the overall well-being of yourself and those around you. All right, the next tip is going to be gain all the knowledge. I think it's really important for us to gain as much knowledge as we can, even if we don't plan on doing something, or maybe, that plan is so far off, but it's important to maybe create that foundation, like I learned about swamp coolers a long time ago. Never was able to do a swamp cooler because I lived in a very humid condition. But then I got here, to a drier condition, and I realized, and finally I was able to utilize that knowledge that I had learned to create that swamp cooler. Finally, right? But that's what I mean. It's about creating that foundation of knowledge that maybe you can pluck that knowledge out at a later time. So try to gain as much knowledge as you possibly can on a wide variety of topics. All right, and on that note, you want to try to practice as much skills as you possibly can. Skills are perishable, and I guarantee you, the more that you practice those skills, the more second nature it becomes. I used to be very scared of flint and steel, and then I just did it a few times and I gained that confidence. I think people get so in their head, they're like, oh, I'm not going to be very good at this, or that looks really hard, and then they never try it, and then they end up never doing something. Just try the skill, even if you fail the first time. Listen, the bow drill is still my mortal enemy, but one day I will master it. But that doesn't mean that I've stopped trying to practice it. I practice it, but I just haven't mastered it yet. Practicing it doesn't mean that you're going to master it right off the bat. It doesn't even mean that you're going to master it right away or even in the near future. It just means that you're practicing it. The more you practice, the better you're going to get. And the more second nature or natural it's going to be every single time that you do it. And the last tip that I have is to just prep. Again, I think that a lot of people get so in their heads about preparedness, like, oh, I have to do it this perfect way, or I have to do it the exact way that this other prepper is doing, or, oh my gosh, this other prepper is so much more advanced than I am. Who cares? It doesn't matter. literally doesn't matter, okay? Everybody is exactly at the point that they're supposed to be at. If you're still in the beginning stages, fantastic. You are in the beginning processes of getting prepared. Keep going, okay? Just prep. Just keep going. Keep the momentum going. Keep the preparedness train going, okay? There's no reason to feel discouraged, even if you only have like a few bucks to your name, okay? Literally, no matter what resources you do or do not have available to you, make it work. Find the opportunities, adapt, overcome, and just keep prepping. That's all any of us can do. Just keep prepping. Thank y'all so much for watching this kind of lengthier video than I normally make. I hope that this has been helpful, and I hope that you are staying well, staying safe, and staying healthy. Conquer tomorrow by preparing today. Talk to y'all later. Bye.